Hey, Nerevar. I'm fucking cold, Nerevar. I don't have anything else on my mind but how fucking cold it is, and how fucking stupid it was to wear a loincloth in Skyrim. It is fucking cold. Mm-hmm.
Neleron, you lazy milk drinker. You finished studying the imports from Black Marsh?
Indeed, I have. I'm so sorry. The museum has been robbed, and I'm afraid that I am at least partly to blame. Yes, you see, I haven't been exactly completely forthcoming with you about my past, and sadly, it has caught up with me. Before coming here, to Skyrim, I was part of a group of brigands back in Hammerfell, who operated in Weston, Bangorai. One day we were on a job. We were posing as guards for a caravan destined for High Rock, planning to turn on it when we reached the wastes. Only, when we got there, we were ambushed. The entire job was a ploy to catch us and put an end to our banditry once and for all. That's how I lost my eye. Only a few of us escaped and fled into the hills of Dragontail Mountains. Bleeding and alone, I still to this day don't know how I survived up there. I was found just outside of Heldorn by a missionary who took me in and nursed me back to health. I swore to Tohwaka right then and there that I would turn my life around and live a just and honest life from that day forward. So, I left it all behind and came here to Skyrim to start again. But it seems that those from my past have followed me here. I tried to fight them off, but they knocked out poor Orien and overpowered me and the other guards. They tied me up and made off with everything. I suppose they left me alive in hopes of me taking the fall for the robbery. I suppose it would be appropriate, given my failure. You mean After all my failings, you are willing to allow me to help you? I believe I may have some ideas of where they went. There were a few jobs we had which brought us into Skyrim, and we had a couple of small holdouts back in the day. I would think that a good place to start would be Windcaller's Pass. It's a collapsed cave that once ran through the Great Mountain where we would hold up when the heat got too hot. It's remote enough that we would lay low if needed, and stash loot there before gathering up and departing for Hammerfell. Excellent. You won't be disappointed. I'll redeem myself yet.
It's going to take days to clean this up. Thank you for asking. I'll be fine, I'm just a bit shaken. I'm more worried about the state of the museum. Such a horrible state we've been left in.
Well, he seems like a very forthcoming fellow. There's more to him beneath the surface, like anyone, but he strikes me as a genuine person who wants to work hard at something that matters. Of course, I wouldn't have hired him otherwise. Fear not, my friend. I am an excellent judge of character, and Avram seems quite sincere. There is clearly more there to know, but it will come out in time, I'm sure, when he's ready.
Farewell.
company.
I'm all for war crimes, Nerevar, but that's men like me would not exist. But this is not a perfect world.
Stray wolf!
Maybe you'll get me next time. Ow.
There are some Talani that wear this special robe which has layers of chitin plates on it. They sit cross-legged inside this robe while levitating, giving the illusion that they are some sort of floating creature.
Someone just asked me on Twitter if they can send me a tribute. You think it'll be a sacrificial goat?
There, some of the relics are here.
It's time for our daily boy-hole inspections, Nerevar. I'll go first this time.
Well, let me think a moment. I'm still in a bit of a haze from the ordeal. I believe they came in separately throughout the day and spread out across the entire museum. They never really interacted during the day, and some of them even left, but apparently must have climbed to the balcony entrance and were let back in and then hid. Another must have laid low in the cellar or armory when we weren't looking. Eventually, all the other patrons left for the day, and it appeared that the last of them was walking out when they suddenly barred the front door. Before I could fully draw my sword, one of them appeared behind me and knocked me on the head. Everything started spinning, and I heard a yell and a sudden groan from Orien in the office. Someone shot him with a dart, laced with a sleeping draught. I saw several figures wandering about, but my vision was still pretty unclear. But they were only there for about 20 minutes or so, I'd say. Eventually, I regained my senses to find myself tied up in the main hall. But by that time, they were gone. The other guards, they weren't so lucky. I heard fighting in various halls, which quickly died down. Afterwards, I didn't find any of them left alive. They always were quite efficient once a plan was in place. They aren't your typical smash and grab robbers. They didn't. After Orien came around, he untied me, and we quickly moved to investigate the situation. Orien says that they employed some forms of magic. Evidently, they had strong feather enchantments, and moved large amounts at a time up through the Hall of Heroes' upper balcony, and around the back patio of the safe house, and used some levitation charms to toss the items over the railing, where they slowly fell to the water below, where some of the thieves were waiting to receive them and send them to a waiting cart on the shore. Since it was dark, they were able to slip around the building without drawing any attention.